He's decked out again tonight. He's looked good every night this week. I'll tell you, not that latter part, you're still that second one. Yeah. We appreciate this fellow. I appreciate my brother Calvary making him welcome this time.
Thank you, Larry. You're looking natural tonight, Larry. Looking natural. I'm glad he couldn't hear what I just said. Oh, it's been a great week. Been a wonderful week. If you want to be dressed up every night, you just have to have a funeral every day. That way you just stay dressed up all the time. And show you how the mercy of God works. Of course, the Dunnigan family, they've always been dear friends to me. And I had no idea, Renee, and I apologize, I didn't know that she had passed on yesterday or last night. And so I'd got to visit her up in the hospital when she was up at Portsmouth. I don't know if one of you would let me know, but I'm in there usually just about every day. And I got to visit with her, and we had some great visits. We really did. And it's good to be able to visit with the family. But I didn't realize that she had passed. And I told Candy, I said, we were running a little late. And I said, I have got to stop gas and get gas coming down. I said, I have got to. I know we're late. I said, but I know we can't get down there and get back on what gas that I've got. I'm cutting it so close. So I pulled into Vanceburg to get gas, and there was Sister Wilma. And her husband got a big smile on his face, and he said, you are not going to believe this. Said, but we were trying to figure out a way to get your number to let you know, because they would like for you to have a part or take care of the funeral on Monday morning. And I think that they're headed out of town maybe. And said, Wilma had just told him, said, how are we going to get a hold of him? Came out and said, there you are pumping gas. And I said, well, one thing about it, I'm heartbroken for the family, but I sure am happy for her. Because she left no doubt where she was going. Told her family that if you want to see me, you know where I'm going. But I just about, my heart broke. Wilma was telling me, said one of the last conversations I had with her, said she'd stayed up on Saturday night. They were trying to get her to go to bed, get her to go to bed. And she said, I don't want to go to bed. Said, I want to stay up. And they said, well, why do you want to stay up? And she said, because I want to be awake. I want to see Cal and on his TV program in the morning. They said, we'll wake you up, Mom. You can go to sleep. Boy, good friends are hard to come by. And I'm so glad that I can look across the years and see people that I've been friends with for years and years and years, and they're still my friend. That means everything, doesn't it? Just let me ramble for a minute. I'll preach shorter, okay? And but they are 35 years, I think it is. I've been coming down here now. I've met some wonderful friends in 35 years down here. We've seen some great victories. We've had a lot of heartache, a lot of sorrow that we've shared, but we've also rejoiced in what God has done. And I bless the day that the Lord allowed my path to cross with your path. And I thank God for Hickory Grove Church and what you mean to me. And Pastor, you and your dear wife, you'll never know what a role model you are to me and so many others. And I know it's a youth revival, but you ought to thank God every day for a preacher like you've got and his dear wife. The love that they have. A lot of pastors for all those years, they take no interest in their youth. But you know what I love about Charles? Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, he and his dear wife minister to you just the same, because they are glad that you're part of the church. I listened to Ashley sing the other night, and as she was singing, I remember when they used to get her up there when she could hardly even talk. And I'd think, bless her heart. And then I heard her sing as time went on, and I thought, you talk about the goodness of the Lord, and that's because God gifted her, but you trained her. And God has honored that and blessed that. And I thank the Lord family. Always great to be with you. I know Darren not being able to be here tonight, that's hard when someone's missing like that, but I thank God for your faithfulness to come and do what God's led you to do, and you are a blessing to me tonight. I was blessed by all of the songs, and that last song too. I can testify to it. God's been good. God's been good. Thank God. One other thing, and I'll get to preaching. Jerry Miner, God bless you, all the way from Middletown, Ohio, has come in for the meeting tonight. And you pray for his dear pastor. His pastor during Spring Jubilee, his pastor and his wife, they were blessed with a grandchild. And as I understand it, they were headed to Indiana. His wife was headed to Indiana with her mother. And they were on their way to Indiana. And they were in a terrible automobile accident and killed in that accident. And not long after that, they had another couple in their church that went through the same thing. And his pastor's taken 3 months just to try to find some strength and help from God. And you pray for him, will you? That great church there, Town Boulevard Church of God. And my heart's always been drawn to it. Brother Ball, what a great preacher. What a great preacher. When I was just a preacher boy, I would call him up, and here he had this big church. And I'd think, why would he even talk to me? But he'd talk to me and help me. I've still got old sermon. Now, some of you cover your ears up. I've got old sermon cassettes of him preaching. Town Boulevard Church of God there in Middletown. And, of course, that's where my dear friend Jim Hill goes to church. The man that wrote What a Day That Will Be. There is coming a day. What a day. And there is coming a day, Jerry, when there'll be no more heartache. There'll be no more sickness. Jim sung that song at so many funerals with me. We did funerals all over the country together. And every time they'd tell me, Jim's coming to sing, I'd think, well, we're going to have meeting today, funeral or not. We're going to have meeting today. And God sure has blessed them. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Well, it's good to have my wife along, too. She loves y'all enough. She come 2 nights. And she don't leave the home church much. And we're blessed. We have a great bunch of people. I have folks down here again tonight. Ted and Marty, I'm telling you, I can't thank God enough for them. Now, I said I'd do one more. Lord, forgive me. I didn't mean to lie to them people. You know how you know when you're getting older? Everything you think of makes you think of something else. What are you laughing for? You must understand that. And Ted and Marty, I go so much, I don't have time to raise a garden. And they make sure we've got everything we need. Now, you talk about a preacher that's blessed. He'll call us up. Marty will call us up. Tell Candy, put the water on. I've got corn for you to put up. He'll not only raise it, he shucks it and cleans it and sometimes brings it to me. And all we have to do is just put it up. I think they'd do that if I asked them to. But good friends. I'm telling you, we're blessed with good friends. But what do we expect? God's people's the best people in all the world. You hear so much bad about the church, but I'm here to tell you there's a lot of good. A lot of good. And Timmy, good to see you tonight, brother. I prayed for you today. Thank God that you made that the greatest decision you ever made in your life last night. Follow the Lord. Have a determination to stay with Him. And these folks will help you and guide you and teach you. Well, let's look in Job. Job chapter 1. I'm going to just read 2 verses. I promise you that'll be longer than what you'll want to listen to me. Job chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. I had a fellow one time, little kid, come up to me and he said, boy, I sure do like to hear you preach. And I said,